Welcome to the video tutorial of the advanced functions for our Cascade control system of the audiovisual booth. Here we're going to go over some of the more detailed controls that you may want to get into other than our automated controls that we've already gone over. The automated controls would include watching a Blu-ray, watching cable TV, screen share via the Click application, and the audio cameras, which will automate the switching of all your projectors and so on. However, if you would like to be able to have more control as to which projector is switching to what input or what you're actually listening to, and not have it be one of the automatic pre-programmed setups, we can utilize several of the functions that are around this screen. First and foremost, you may want to get more familiar with the Direct to Devices screen. In here, you can actually directly control some of these devices, such as the Comcast page. You can queue up a certain channel. We can come back, go into the Blu-ray player. We can hit play, pause, stop, rewind from there, or turn it on, or set up the movie while doing another function without having to disrupt the function. So we can simply turn on the Blu-ray player right here. Then we can tell it to open the tray once the Blu-ray player turns on fully. I have to wait until it stops saying hello. So if I wanted to load up the movie, I can come here and tell it to open the tray. I can take my movie out while another function is going on, close the tray. If I just loaded the movie, I can press play, so on and so forth, and set that up without disrupting the rest of the event. Here I can come to our video switcher. Our video switcher is what switches the sources to the multiple displays in the system. If I want to go to the left projector and tell it to be on the Blu-ray, now that I've loaded it up, I can put that simply on the left projector. I can put the Comcast feed on the center projector, or let's say our PC presentation via the ClickBox PC app. I can also come over to our audio camera system and have the cameras showing on the right projector screen. However, on the booth PC, I may want to keep a close eye on the audio camera system as well, so that I can control the camera in more detail from the booth. Or if I want to come here and say I want all displays to now show the Blu-ray DVD player, I can simply click on that and you will see that all of the displays are now switching over to the Blu-ray DVD. If I come back to our devices page, you will see that I also have a all displays selection right here. In this screen, it's more so about controlling the displays themselves and less about controlling what source is going to them. So say we started the event with no projectors on, but I only want to turn on the left projector. I can come to our displays page, again by hitting our displays page here. I can select the utilities for the left projector. I can turn on that projector and I can lower the screen. And I want to put the audio cameras on that projector. Now I only have the one projector screen turning on and dropping down, and it will be queued up to our audio cameras. Now I could say I'm, done controlling this projector. We're going to continue on with our event. I want to increase the volume overall a little bit, and I want to come back to our devices. However, we have our Denon CD player. We have a direct screen control here if I just want to raise or lower a screen without affecting the projectors. Now I can come to my Denon CD player. We'll go over these functions in just a minute. And I can come to my stage lighting. Say I have somebody presenting on stage and I want to turn on some stage lights. I could simply select the preset to turn on the stage lights. We have 12 presets to choose from. All of these presets can be custom programmed from the computer. If I want to turn off the stage lights, I simply select the preset that I just turned on again, and it will toggle it back off. Or I can select a different preset. And I can come over to another preset. And to turn it off, I just simply have to select the same preset again, and it will turn off. Again, we have our master volume controls, and we have our back button. We can always come back to our faders page, where we have a selection of our volume controls for each individual microphone or for our media device. Now, if for some reason we were listening to the CD player and we now want to listen to the Blu-ray player or to the ClickBox or the Comcast cable box, but we don't necessarily want to go back to activities and tell everything to switch over that way. We can come back to our faders page, and where it says CD media here, we want to change that to the cable box. To do so, we would want to come up to our media select button, and we can simply select our Comcast cable feed. Now we should have our Comcast cable audio coming through. I can turn the volume up on this audio. Now you can hear that audio in the background. We could turn up the master volume, or we can turn it down. And we can always come back here and say we want to go back to listening to a CD and select the Denon CD player in our media select page. Again, we'll go back to our main activities page, and go back to direct to devices, and that essentially goes over all the direct controls of our devices here. We go back to our main activities page. You have our turn projectors on and drop screens page. Here is more so automated, like as if you just turn the system on. This is where we can decide to select all projectors. So at this point, it's going to drop all the screens and make sure that all of our projectors are on. And it brings us back to our home page so that we may select a automated activity, or we can go into our video switcher from our direct devices page and select different sources for the different screens. As you will see here, our left projector is still on Vadio cameras. However, all our other screens are on the Blu-ray DVD. I'm fine with that for the purposes of this video. We also, on most of the pages, have our displays icon in the corner. You'll notice that here on your activities page. You'll notice it on our Blu-ray page. You'll notice it on our Comcast page, and so on. If you click on that little projector, it brings you right to the displays page. You'll also see this page in the direct to devices under all displays. Same exact page. Here's where we can control each of the projectors. Say I want to turn off the left screen now. We've been using that screen plenty. And I want to raise that up. So now you will see the other two screens were dropped down by the previous exercise, and now we're raising up the left screen. At this point, I want to close our left projector utility. I want to go to my video switcher and change what we're watching on the right screen over to the Vadio camera. So I want to go right projector and select Vadio camera. Now you will see that our right screen is showing a great view of the double door, because that's where the Vadio camera is pointing, and our center screen is still showing the Denon Blu-ray DVD. Here we can come back to our activities, and we have one last function here to go over. That is our production mode function. Production mode can be accessed either from the activities page here or from our faders page where we control individual volumes. Production mode is meant for when you have an audio engineer here to do a more complicated production for your HOA condo shows, or if there's a band on stage, or maybe even for the theatrical performances. You could simply click on production mode. It will ask you if you're sure you want to enter production mode. Doing so will disable all the volume controls in this touch panel. I'm going to say yes. And now that we are in production mode, you're going to want to use your digital audio console to the left of your touchscreen in order to control all of the audio in the system. For more on how to control this, feel free to look up the YouTube videos from Soundcraft on the SI Impact audio console, as they will walk you through all of the features that are featured in that console. Now we want to get out of production mode. We simply press here to disable the production mode, and we are back into our basic mixing mode. Again, to shut off the system, you would go to power down, and before I forget, if for some reason we have gone through and we have adjusted all sorts of volumes, and we want to go back to our default setting, we have a default volumes button right here in the lower left corner of the audio faders page. By selecting that, you will be prompted that you have just set the volumes back to default, and all of the values have been put back to the previously stored value that we had programmed in for your system for safe levels. Again, we can always hit the back button to go back to activities. Just as a review, we have our Direct to Devices page. We have our Displays page. We have all the different pages for our projectors. Go back to our video switcher. We have many ways of getting back to the same functions, all of which are accessible from our main activities page. Again, Direct to Devices, activities, we can go displays. We have many ways of controlling the several items in your system. If for any reason there are still other questions that need to be answered, you can go back to our Direct to Devices page and hit the Need Help button. Here you will see my personal cell phone number as well as my personal email address for any questions, comments, or concerns you may have on the system. Again, to shut off the system, as previously mentioned in other videos, we come to our power down icon. That icon is featured on all pages, whether it be the activities page, Direct to Devices page, displays page. Everywhere in the lower right hand corner we have our power down button, and here we can select the all off function. In selecting all off, it will turn off the projectors, it will raise the screens, it will turn off the booth PC and all the other electronics in the AV booth. Before doing so, it also sets our volumes back to default so that when you turn the system back on, you're ready to go with our safe volume levels. And you will see that when we get back to the original home screen, you still also have access to our help page by simply clicking on the professionally installed electronics logo. You will see again my personal cell phone number and my email address for any questions, comments, or concerns, or if you're in need of technical support, or if you're just poking around and want to have fun, you can also come to our Facebook page and see some of our most current projects. That may take a few minutes to load because this is not the most efficient web browser. We're going to hit close browser, go back. One other function that is hidden here, it says swipe left for DMX. That is your lighting control. If for some reason all you need to do is turn on the stage lights without turning on the audio system, you can simply swipe over to the left and you can still select one of the stage lighting scenes to turn on and off the stage lights. This may help you set up for the event before you actually have to turn anything on. And you'd still have to swipe right to start the rest of the system. Thank you very much for watching. Again, for any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to contact us, and we'd be glad to help you. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.